Have you ever wondered what truly matters as you grow older? As time passes, we gain wisdom. But with that comes the harsh reality that some of the most profound lessons are often the hardest to accept. The truth is, as we age, there are certain things we must acknowledge to not just survive, but thrive in our later years. This video isn't about just adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. In the next few minutes, I'll share 7 essential pieces of advice that will transform the way you approach aging, relationships, and what matters in your later years. These aren't just tips. They are life-changing truths that can help you live with purpose, dignity, and clarity. Here's why you should stick around until the very end. Some of these lessons might challenge your beliefs, but they carry the power to free you from illusions that could hold you back from living your best life. Whether you're in your 70s, 80s, or beyond, this video offers you actionable advice on how to live fully, confidently, and without regret. You'll learn how to protect your emotional well-being, manage relationships with discernment, and make decisions that ensure your health and happiness. I'll also give you the keys to understanding why some relationships can drain you, and how to maintain your independence, all while embracing life with a fresh, empowering perspective. This is more than just surviving. It's about flourishing in the later stages of your life. So don't go anywhere. If you've ever wondered how to avoid regrets as you grow older, how to protect yourself from those who may not have your best interests at heart, or how to ensure your later years are your best yet, you won't want to miss a single word. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Do not blindly trust everyone who approaches you. As we enter our later years, the ache of loneliness can become a constant, sometimes overwhelming presence. The desire for companionship, for someone to talk to, someone who truly understands, becomes even more urgent. Our hearts yearn for those connections, real, deep connections that remind us we are not alone. It's completely natural to crave this, especially as we age. However, it is essential to remember that our vulnerability in these moments of longing can make us susceptible to people whose intentions are far from pure. Loneliness, though painful, can cloud our judgment and make us more eager to accept any form of companionship, even when it may not be healthy or genuine. At this stage of life, when emotions are raw and we find ourselves yearning for emotional connection, it's easy to get caught up in the warmth that someone else's attention offers. And this is where the danger lies. Some people understand exactly how to exploit this vulnerability. They know how to present themselves as the kind and understanding person you've been hoping for, someone who listens, comforts, and even shares in your struggles. But often, this is a facade. Their true intentions are not to provide the emotional connection you seek, but rather to manipulate your trust for their benefit, whether that's for money, favors, or a sense of power over your life. Think about it for a moment. Have you ever noticed how certain people seem to emerge from the shadows when life is difficult? When you're facing your deepest struggles or enduring a challenging time, some individuals suddenly appear, almost like clockwork. They act as if they've been waiting for the perfect opportunity to offer their help, promising to support you through your darkest hours. They know the right words to say, and the right gestures to make. They make you feel as though they are your savior, there to provide solace when you feel most vulnerable. But once the storm clears and life starts to get back to normal, these same individuals fade away, as though they were never really there. The comfort they once provided feels like a distant memory, and you're left to pick up the pieces of your emotional life, realizing that you've been used. What's worse, the ones who seek to exploit us often do so in ways that are hard to recognize at first. Their manipulation doesn't always feel like a blatant attack. They may shower us with kindness, appearing to offer their help selflessly, only to leave when they no longer need us. They don't truly care about us or our well-being. They are motivated by their agendas, often without any remorse or guilt. This becomes particularly painful when you realize that the trust you gave them was not a gift, but rather a tool they used to further their selfish motives. It can be incredibly disheartening to recognize that these people were never interested in truly knowing or loving you. They saw you as an opportunity, a source of something they needed, whether it was your money, your time, or even your vulnerability, which they used to manipulate and control. When you look back on these relationships, it's difficult not to feel a sense of betrayal. These people often disappear once they've gotten what they came for, leaving you with a deep sense of abandonment and confusion. It can make you question your judgment, wondering how you could have been so blind to their true nature. You may feel a sting of self-doubt, but it's important to remember that you are not alone in this experience. Many people have found themselves in similar situations. The key is to not let this erosion of trust keep you from recognizing your worth or prevent you from developing healthier, more genuine relationships. This is not to say that you should close yourself off from others entirely or become paranoid about every new person who enters your life. That would be a life of constant suspicion, one that only deepens loneliness and distrust. But it is crucial to develop a sharper, more insightful sense of discernment as you navigate relationships. Trust should never be given freely, without thought or consideration. It is important to take your time, to observe people's actions and intentions, and to learn when to open your heart and when to protect it fiercely. Your peace of mind, emotional well-being, and financial security are far too valuable to be handed over to someone who will only use them for their gain. Setting clear boundaries is a form of self-care that allows you to take control of who gets to enter your life and who doesn't. Boundaries are not walls. They are safeguards. They protect your energy, your joy, your sense of self, and your dignity. When you create these boundaries, you're telling the world, and more importantly, yourself, that you deserve respect and kindness, not manipulation or exploitation. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment one below to let me know that you are still here with me. True relationships are built on mutual respect, honesty, trust, and compassion. It's worth waiting for the connections that add value to your life, the relationships that make you feel seen and heard, not just when it's convenient for others, but all the time. Remember that you don't need to settle for someone who only sees you as a means to their end. You are worthy of deep, authentic relationships that nourish your soul, bring you joy, and offer a sense of safety and comfort, not only in times of crisis, but in everyday life. Don't let anyone rob you of your inner peace. Trust is a precious gift, one that should never be given without care. Prioritize your own emotional well-being, your dignity, and your security. Only allow those into your life who truly cherish and respect you. As difficult as it may be at times, trust yourself. You are wise enough to know when someone is deserving of your trust, and when it's time to walk away. Trust wisely, protect your heart, and always remember, you deserve relationships that honor and uplift you, not take from you. 2. Don't cling to the past. As the years pass by, it's only natural that we find ourselves looking back on the roads we've traveled. It's in our human nature to reflect on the choices we've made, the chances we didn't take, the paths we didn't follow, and the people we've lost along the way. We all have those moments, don't we? Those moments when we think, what if I had done that differently? Or if only I had made that one decision, maybe everything would be different now. We even long for the faces we once saw every day, the people who meant the world to us but have since slipped away. These reflections can often be bittersweet, filled with regret, longing, and sometimes a deep sense of loss. I understand that feeling deeply. It's so easy to get trapped in the comfort of what was, to replay those golden days over and over in our minds, like a movie we wish we could watch again and again. The moments of joy, the laughter, the warmth, they feel like the safest places to retreat when the present feels uncertain. But here's the painful truth. Constantly dwelling on what's already happened, no matter how beautiful or painful, only weighs us down. It keeps us stuck in a past we can never return to, preventing us from fully embracing the life that is happening right in front of us. Living in the past is like carrying around a heavy, invisible weight on your back. It's suffocating. The memories, whether they bring us happiness or regret, become the chains that keep us from moving forward. They act like an anchor that keeps us tethered to the shore while the ocean of life continues to move, offering us new opportunities, new experiences, and new joys to discover. But we often hold on to those memories because they are familiar, and for some reason, we convince ourselves that letting go of them means letting go of a part of ourselves. In truth, holding on to the past only steals the energy and vitality that we need to truly live today. Every moment is a fresh chance to reinvent ourselves. We are not bound by our past mistakes, missed opportunities, or old wounds. No matter how many times we've faltered, we can still choose to rise again. We are not defined by what we did, but by how we choose to show up in the world today. The present moment, the now, is where we have the power to create, to dream, to change. We have the power to redefine our story every single day, but we cannot do that if we are constantly looking behind us, haunted by the ghosts of what was. When we cling to the past, we close our eyes to the beauty and possibility that surrounds us. We miss out on the people we can meet, the relationships we can build, the love that is waiting for us, the adventures that are just around the corner. The future is a wide-open space, filled with endless opportunities for growth, happiness, and fulfillment. But if we are consumed by the past, we can't see any of that. We stay stuck in the shadows, afraid to step into the light of what could be. It's easy to think that the past holds the answers, that if we just linger there a little longer, we'll understand everything, we'll find peace. But peace isn't found by staying in the past, it's found in letting go. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself from the burden of regret, guilt, and unhealed wounds. It's about giving yourself permission to move forward, knowing that the best days of your life aren't behind you, but ahead of you. It's not easy to let go. I know that. It takes tremendous courage to release the things that once felt so integral to who we are. But the moment you make that choice, the moment you decide to let go of what's already gone, you'll begin to feel a freedom you never knew existed. Letting go isn't about abandoning our memories or forgetting the people we love. It's about opening our hearts to the new experiences, relationships, and opportunities that are waiting to fill us with joy. It's about making room for new blessings in our lives, knowing that they too will leave their mark on us, just as the past has. So, let yourself move forward. Don't let the past hold you hostage. You have a beautiful future to create, one that's full of promise, love, and potential. Don't be afraid to live in the present, to embrace the now. Your past was just a chapter, not the whole story. The pages still left to turn hold everything you've yet to experience. Let go, take a deep breath, and step boldly into the future, because it's waiting for you, and it's going to be beautiful. 3. Nurture your mental and emotional health. Never, ever underestimate the profound importance of nurturing your mental and emotional health. It is so easy, especially when we are younger, to take the well-being of our minds and hearts for granted. In our bustling lives, it feels natural to focus on the tangible aspects: work, family, and everything else that demands our attention. We often rush through our days, driven by obligations, and let our emotional needs fade into the background. We might feel overwhelmed and think, "I'll take care of myself later." But the truth is, later comes much sooner than we expect, and once it does, it's crucial to have already laid the foundation for mental and emotional resilience. The earlier we begin to prioritize our mental health, the better we will navigate life's challenges. As we age, this becomes even more important. With time, our bodies change, our roles in life shift, and the demands on our energy grow. What once seemed easy and manageable may feel overwhelming. It is during these years, as the world around us constantly shifts, that taking care of our minds and hearts becomes even more critical. Mental and emotional well-being doesn't just affect how we feel in the moment. It shapes every single part of our lives. It influences our ability to deal with stress, maintain healthy relationships, and even how we experience joy in the everyday moments. Many of us have been conditioned to focus primarily on our physical health. visiting the doctor regularly, keeping up with our exercise routines, taking the right medications. And while those things are vital, they only form part of the picture. Just as our bodies age, so do our emotions and minds. And the unfortunate reality is that as we get older, we often find ourselves dealing with a growing list of emotional and mental challenges. Loss becomes an undeniable part of life. Whether it's losing loved ones, facing the reality of our own mortality, or experiencing feelings of isolation, aging can often feel like an emotional gauntlet. There may be moments when we question our purpose or feel disconnected from the world around us. These feelings are natural, but when ignored, they can spiral into sadness, anxiety, or even depression. I've come to realize that mental and emotional health should be treated with the same importance as physical health. They are interconnected. If you feel mentally drained or emotionally unwell, it becomes much harder to engage with the world in the way you want to. Our emotional health impacts our relationships, our ability to perform daily tasks, and our overall happiness. We owe it to ourselves to care for this aspect of our health just as much as we care for our bodies. The good news is that we have so many tools and resources available to help us build and maintain emotional and mental resilience. The first step is simply acknowledging that we need care. Just like when we feel physically ill, our minds and hearts sometimes need healing, too. Don't be afraid to reach out for professional help. Whether it's through a counselor, therapist, or support groups, there is strength in asking for assistance. It takes incredible courage to confront your emotions and seek help, but doing so is a powerful step in reclaiming control over your mental well-being. It's okay to lean on others during difficult times. Moreover, surrounding ourselves with positive, supportive relationships is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves as we age. Human connection is a vital aspect of emotional health. Make sure to nourish relationships that uplift you, whether they be with family, friends, or even a pet. These connections remind us that we are not alone, that we still have people who care for us, and that love remains a constant source of strength. These relationships are not just about sharing joy, but also about finding mutual support in moments of vulnerability. Equally important is to keep your mind actively engaged. Boredom and stagnation can create space for negative thoughts and self-doubt to take root. Keep learning. Read books that ignite your curiosity. Take up a new hobby or learn a new skill. Volunteer and offer your time to a cause that resonates with you. These activities don't just keep your brain sharp, they fill your life with purpose and meaning. They remind you that no matter your age, there is still so much more you can do, learn, and contribute to the world. Every step you take to keep your mind stimulated is an investment in your emotional and mental well-being. Lastly, be kind to yourself. In our youth, we often push ourselves to the brink, ignoring our own needs in the name of productivity. But as we get older, it's essential to recognize that we've earned the right to rest, to reflect, and to care for ourselves with compassion. It's okay to take time for introspection and healing. It's okay to take a break when you need one. It's okay to slow down. In fact, it's necessary. Allow yourself the space to feel what you feel without judgment. Embrace the challenges of aging as opportunities for growth, rather than burdens. The ability to nurture yourself emotionally and mentally in the face of life's changes is a powerful tool for thriving in your later years. Prioritizing mental and emotional well-being is not just about surviving the ups and downs of aging. It's about flourishing. It's about having the emotional strength to face whatever comes your way and finding joy in even the smallest of moments. By tending to your emotional and mental health, you're investing in a future that is rich with meaning, resilience, and a deep sense of peace. And that is a gift you truly deserve. 4. Don't let others dictate your choices. As we age, one of the most essential and empowering aspects of maintaining our dignity and self-respect is refusing to let others dictate the choices we make. It's something that becomes even more important as time passes, yet often overlooked or undermined by well-meaning family members, friends, and society as a whole. You may find yourself surrounded by those who offer unsolicited advice, suggestions, and even expectations regarding where you should live, how you should spend your time, and how to manage your finances. While many of these people have good intentions, it's crucial to remember that the decisions you make about your life are yours and yours alone. They are the result of a lifetime of experiences, lessons, and wisdom that no one else can replicate. As we get older, our lives are shaped by the choices we've made over the years. We have gained invaluable experience, and with that, we develop a deep sense of self-awareness and clarity about who we are and what matters most to us. We've learned the hard way, made mistakes, and celebrated triumphs, all of which have molded us into the people we are today. This wisdom is our gift, and it deserves to be honored and respected, not just by others, but by ourselves. Every decision we make now should reflect this inner knowledge, this deep understanding of ourselves, and the life we want to lead. It's easy to feel pressured, especially when those we love express their concern or judgment about the choices we make. But we must hold firm in the belief that no one knows us better than we know ourselves. The simple truth is that allowing others to make decisions for us or push us into choices that don't align with our desires or values can lead to a loss of control over our own lives. It's a gradual erosion of autonomy that strips away not just our independence, but our confidence and our self-esteem as well. When we let others steer the course of our life, it feels as though we are relinquishing a piece of ourselves, a piece of our dignity, our voice, and our freedom. It is heartbreaking to feel like your life is no longer truly yours, and this can result in a profound sense of regret and frustration. I believe it's crucial for us, particularly as we age, to live life on our terms. Whether that means choosing to remain in the comfort of our own home, pursuing new passions and interests that bring us joy, or managing our finances in ways that best serve us, it's about maintaining a sense of ownership over our decisions. There is something truly freeing about knowing that every choice you make is one that aligns with your heart, with your experience, and with what you believe is best for you. Living on your terms doesn't mean being stubborn or rejecting advice outright. It means taking the time to reflect on the suggestions of others, but ultimately making decisions based on your own needs, desires, and understanding of your own life. For example, if you decide to stay in your own home rather than move to a retirement community, that should be your choice. If you choose to spend your time traveling, exploring new hobbies, or even dedicating yourself to helping others, that's your choice. The way you manage your finances, how you budget, or even whether you want to downsize or make bigger investments is all part of what makes your life uniquely yours. The importance of preserving this autonomy cannot be overstated, because when you lose that, it's not just your decisions that are impacted, it's your sense of self. You lose the very essence of who you are and the life you've built. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. That's why setting clear and healthy boundaries is so critical. It's not about being defiant or rejecting support when it's offered. It's about understanding that your voice, your needs, and your preferences deserve to be heard and respected. Setting boundaries is an act of self-love, of protecting your emotional and psychological well-being. It's a way to say, I matter, and my decisions are valid. This doesn't mean that you cut others off or dismiss their advice. It simply means that you assert your right to make decisions for yourself, based on your values, not theirs. By doing so, you not only protect your autonomy but also show yourself the deepest respect. We all deserve to live our lives with the same dignity and independence we've fought so hard to build. No one should have the power to dictate how we spend our days, our years, or the precious time we have left. In fact, preserving our autonomy is one of the most beautiful gifts we can give ourselves as we age. It's a profound act of self-respect, a declaration that our lives still belong to us and that our choices are an extension of our self-worth. Embracing this power, embracing the ability to say, I will live my life on my own terms, is one of the most freeing and beautiful things we can do. At the end of the day, respecting your own wishes and making decisions for yourself is a reflection of your self-love and self-respect. It's a reminder that the life you lead is a result of your experiences, your wisdom, and your voice. That is what makes it sacred. So, stand firm in your choices. Don't allow anyone to take away your right to live life as you see fit, for when you do, you not only protect your autonomy, but you also preserve your soul. And that is priceless. 5. Prioritize financial planning. As we navigate through life, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of daily responsibilities, obligations, and the constant hustle. We often push off things that seem distant, like retirement or financial planning for our later years. But as time marches on, we inevitably reach a stage where those years we once thought were far off are right around the corner. And that's when the weight of financial uncertainty can really start to feel overwhelming. The truth is, financial planning is not just something that should be on your to-do list. It is an absolute necessity if you want to age gracefully, independently, and with peace of mind. Let's face it, there's nothing more terrifying than the thought of facing your later years with the burden of financial insecurity. It's something that many people ignore until it's too late, thinking they'll just figure it out as they go. However, if you take one piece of advice from me, it's this: don't wait. The power of a solid financial plan cannot be overstated. It's what will protect you from the harsh realities of increasing healthcare costs, shrinking incomes, and the potential vulnerability that comes with getting older. As we grow older, the realities of life change in ways we often don't expect. You may have a comfortable income today, but that will likely decrease as you reach retirement age, and sometimes sooner than anticipated. On top of that, the cost of healthcare can rise dramatically as we age, especially when you consider the possibility of chronic health issues or the need for long-term care. These are things we can't predict, but we can certainly plan for them. And the only way to do that is by creating a comprehensive financial plan that ensures you'll be prepared for anything life throws your way. Think of financial planning as the shield that will protect your future. It's the guardrail that prevents you from veering off track when life throws those unexpected curveballs. When you're in control of your finances, you have the freedom to enjoy your later years without the constant anxiety that comes with worrying about where your next meal is coming from or how you'll afford a medical emergency. You deserve a life where you can rest easy, knowing that your finances are secure, and you are free to live on your own terms. One of the most important elements of this plan is careful management of your savings. When it comes to building wealth for retirement, it's not about the grandiose plans. It's about being disciplined in the small decisions, like saving consistently, living within your means, and thinking long-term. It's about reviewing your investments regularly to ensure they're still aligned with your goals, your risk tolerance, and your values. And let's not forget about that emergency fund. Trust me, you don't want to be in a situation where a sudden medical bill or unexpected expense leaves you scrambling. A well-funded emergency fund is your safety net, your lifeline when things go off course. Another crucial aspect of financial planning is protecting yourself from fraud and financial abuse. Unfortunately, older individuals are often the target of unscrupulous people who prey on their trust or vulnerability. I can't even begin to imagine how devastating it must be to realize that someone has taken advantage of you when you should be enjoying your hard-earned peace. That's why it's essential to remain vigilant. Don't make hasty financial decisions without consulting experts and trusted advisors. Take your time, do your research, and always seek guidance when you're unsure. These are your hard-earned assets, and they deserve to be protected at all costs. Let's also talk about legacy planning. While many people focus on the immediate needs of retirement, it's just as important to think about what happens to your assets when you're no longer here. This may not be a pleasant subject to think about, but it's an important one. Having a clear and organized will is one of the best gifts you can give to your loved ones. It will provide clarity, avoid conflict, and ensure that your wishes are carried out exactly as you intended. Taking the time now to get your legal affairs in order will give you a tremendous sense of peace and alleviate the emotional burden that could fall on your family in the future. Financial planning isn't just about the dollars and cents. It's about building a life that's free from the stress and worry of financial instability. When you've put the time and effort into securing your financial future, you can spend your later years focusing on what truly matters: your health, your relationships, and your well-being. You'll have the freedom to pursue your passions, spend time with family, and live the life you've always dreamed of, all while knowing that you've done the hard work to set yourself up for success. I truly believe that financial planning is one of the greatest acts of self-care you can do. It's a gift to yourself, and it's a gift to those you love. It's the foundation for the independence and security that allows you to live life on your terms, without fear of financial hardship looming over you. So, don't wait. Start today. Whether you're in your 50s, 60s, or 70s, it's never too late to begin creating a strategy for your future. The sooner you start, the more peace of mind you'll have, and the more freedom you'll experience in the years to come. You deserve a retirement that's not just about surviving, but thriving. And it all starts with the decisions you make today. 6. Do not isolate yourself from the world around you. As we journey through the later years of our lives, one of the most vital yet often overlooked elements of living a fulfilling and meaningful life is the ability to remain connected to the world around us. The truth is, as we age, many of us experience changes that can create a sense of distance from the people, places, and activities that once brought us joy. Relationships that we've cherished for years may begin to weaken, fade, or become strained due to the passing of loved ones, the challenges of life transitions, or even the quiet, natural tendency to withdraw as we grow older. The feeling of being left behind, or of becoming irrelevant, can sneak up on us and create a dangerous space of isolation. Isolation is not something we should ever take lightly. It is a silent, insidious force that can creep into our lives, slowly eroding our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. The consequences of being isolated, even in the comfort of our own homes, are far-reaching. Left unchecked, it can lead to loneliness, depression, anxiety, and a significant decline in the overall quality of life. Emotional isolation doesn't just cause heartache, it can lead to an increase in stress, lower immunity, and even exacerbate chronic health conditions. It's easy to underestimate how deeply being cut off from the people around us can affect us. But the reality is, isolation can trap us in a vicious cycle, making it harder and harder to break free. This is why staying connected to the world around us is more important than ever, especially as we grow older. Actively seeking out opportunities to engage with others can transform our lives in ways we never thought possible. It's so important to resist the urge to pull away and instead find ways to reconnect, whether that's through joining community activities, participating in social clubs, or even volunteering for causes that are dear to our hearts. Imagine the profound sense of satisfaction that comes from helping others, knowing that you're making a difference in the lives of people who truly need it. The act of giving your time and energy can fill your heart with joy and bring a renewed sense of purpose into your life. Cultivating new friendships or re-establishing old connections can have an incredible impact on your emotional well-being. I've seen firsthand how simple acts, like reaching out to an old friend or inviting a neighbor over for a cup of coffee, can reignite the warmth and companionship that may have been missing from your days. It's easy to forget just how powerful these simple interactions can be. A smile, a shared laugh, or even a quiet conversation can remind you that you are not alone in this world. The bonds we form with others are what truly make life rich and meaningful. These connections provide us with the love, support, and sense of belonging that every human being craves, no matter their age. In today's fast-paced, digital world, we also have the incredible advantage of staying connected to others in ways that weren't possible just a generation ago. Technology has the power to bridge physical distances and bring us closer to the people we care about, even if they're miles away. Video calls, instant messaging, and social media can be lifelines, especially when face-to-face meetings aren't feasible. I know that for many, the thought of navigating social media or technology can be intimidating, but I encourage you to embrace it. It doesn't have to be a daunting task. With just a little practice, these tools can help you stay in touch with family and friends and keep you feeling engaged with the world. The key, however, is to focus on the quality of your relationships rather than the quantity. It's not about having a large circle of acquaintances. It's about fostering deep, meaningful connections that truly nurture your soul. Spend your time and energy with people who bring you joy, positivity, and support. These relationships will be the ones that truly lift you up, providing you with the emotional strength and sense of purpose that will enrich your life every single day. Remember that staying engaged with the world around you doesn't mean you have to be constantly busy. It's about staying present and open to the connections that matter most. Whether it's a phone call with a loved one, a heartfelt message, or a simple walk with a friend, these moments are what create the tapestry of a rich and fulfilling life. They remind you that you are seen, you are heard, and you are loved. When you remain connected, you feel grounded in a way that helps you face the challenges of aging with grace, resilience, and strength. So, I urge you to reflect on the relationships that truly matter to you. Don't wait for others to reach out. Be the one to take that first step. Don't allow the years to slip away in loneliness or quiet desperation. Reach out to those who can make your heart sing, who bring light and warmth into your life. It's never too late to make a new friend, reconnect with an old one, or start building the relationships that will sustain you through your later years. You deserve to feel the warmth of companionship, the joy of deep connections, and the power of love and support as you continue your journey through life. Never forget that you are never truly alone as long as you make the choice to stay engaged with the world and the people in it. 7. Maintain balance in personal habits. As we move through life, one of the most critical aspects of our well-being is maintaining balance in our personal habits, including those related to our sexual health. Masturbation, in and of itself, is a natural and completely healthy activity when done in moderation. It's an integral part of understanding and exploring our own bodies, as well as relieving stress and providing a sense of pleasure and relaxation. In fact, there's nothing inherently wrong with masturbation. It's part of the human experience and can be a source of comfort. However, as with any aspect of life, overindulgence can lead to negative consequences, especially as we age. It's easy to fall into habits that, at first, might seem harmless, but when taken to extremes, they can have profound effects on our physical and mental health. When we begin to indulge excessively, the impact goes far beyond just physical exhaustion or temporary dissatisfaction. The most concerning part of overdoing it is that it can silently creep into other aspects of life and interfere with our overall well-being. Masturbating frequently can take a significant toll on our mental state, as it may be used as a way of coping with emotional struggles such as loneliness, anxiety, or depression. At first, it may seem like a quick and easy solution to relieve stress or escape negative emotions. However, this temporary relief becomes an unhealthy crutch, preventing us from addressing the underlying issues. This pattern can lead to emotional dependency, where we turn to quick pleasures instead of working through the emotions or situations that truly require attention and resolution. The effects of excessive masturbation aren't just psychological. They also extend to our physical health. Over time, it can lead to a decrease in sexual sensitivity, which may make intimate encounters less enjoyable. What was once a source of joy and connection can start to feel more like a routine, with a diminished sense of pleasure or satisfaction. Furthermore, frequent indulgence can disrupt vital aspects of our daily life, such as sleep, energy levels, and even productivity. Lack of energy or poor sleep can make it harder to maintain focus throughout the day, affecting not only our work or personal goals but also our relationships with others. If we find ourselves more tired, emotionally withdrawn, or disconnected, it may be time to reassess the role that masturbation plays in our lives. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. So, what can we do when we notice these negative effects creeping in? The first step is to acknowledge and reflect on the underlying reasons for this behavior. It's essential to ask ourselves, why are we turning to this habit? Is it truly for physical pleasure, or is it masking something deeper, such as unhealed emotional pain, stress, or feelings of inadequacy? It's a vital act of self-awareness to recognize the triggers that lead to overindulgence and to ask ourselves what we are truly seeking. Rather than simply trying to stop the habit, it's more about addressing the root cause of why it's become such a prominent part of our lives. The key to overcoming this pattern is finding healthier outlets that can nurture both our emotional and physical well-being. Meditation is an excellent practice that helps to calm the mind, allowing us to find inner peace and emotional clarity. It teaches us how to be present in the moment, offering an alternative to seeking instant relief. Regular physical exercise, too, is an incredibly effective way to boost energy, improve mood, and reduce stress. Whether it's going for a walk, lifting weights, or practicing yoga, physical activity helps regulate our body's natural rhythms and gives us a sense of accomplishment. Additionally, engaging in hobbies that bring us joy and fulfillment, such as reading, cooking, painting, or gardening, can take our minds off fleeting desires and offer lasting satisfaction. Building strong, meaningful relationships with others is equally important. When we invest in genuine connections, whether with family, friends, or a romantic partner, we begin to find emotional fulfillment in ways that are far more profound than any temporary pleasure could provide. Social interaction creates a sense of belonging, reduces feelings of isolation, and fosters emotional well-being, reminding us that we are not alone in this world. Maintaining balance in all aspects of life is not just about controlling one particular habit. It's about creating a lifestyle that nurtures the whole person. It's about finding harmony between our physical, emotional, and spiritual needs and making conscious choices that lead to long-term happiness and well-being. This balance ensures that our energy is not wasted on fleeting moments of gratification, but rather directed toward activities that support our growth, health, and personal fulfillment. It's crucial to remember that moderation is the key to a vibrant and healthy life. No aspect of life should take over to the point where it negatively impacts other areas. By seeking balance, we can ensure that we're living in alignment with our values and our true self. In doing so, we can cultivate a fulfilling life that promotes well-being, not only in terms of physical health, but also in the deep emotional and psychological satisfaction that comes from living a life full of purpose, connection, and vitality. Balance allows us to rise above the pull of instant gratification and instead focus on what truly matters. Living a life that brings us peace, joy, and a sense of meaningful connection with ourselves and the world around us. As we wrap up, I want to take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered today. We've talked about the importance of maintaining balance in our habits, particularly in relation to masturbation, and how essential it is to look at the bigger picture of our emotional and physical well-being. It's clear that moderation and self-awareness play huge roles in leading a healthy, fulfilling life. I hope that you've gained some valuable insights on how to address the deeper causes behind your habits and find healthier alternatives that nurture your mind, body, and spirit. So, now I want to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned from this video that you plan to bring into practice in your life? Share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going. Your experiences and insights can help others who are on a similar journey. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Together, we can continue to learn, grow, and create the balanced life we deserve. Thank you for watching.